Hello everybody and welcome to what may be the very last Lilith Plus video you ever see. Where have I been? It's been over a year. And it wasn't a very ceremonious year either. I believe the last image that was, or the last stream that was taken was Monster Hunter. And I was telling people, well, I'll see you again very soon. About 2 weeks after Kaya gets back, I'm gonna be going around and streaming again, and what a fucking lie that was. Um, it's been a busy year. It's been a year that didn't quite have what I expected in it. Um, there's been a lot, and a lot of things have changed, and a lot of things haven't changed, as some of you know. Kaya still streams. Amazingly so. Thank you very much for the support, those who do not get your fix through me. As for, well, other things, I think part of the problem I have is something a lot of people understood, and that's I don't enjoy streaming, at least not in the way that I thought I would. I spent a lot of money and time and resources to bring over the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. It's no surprise that I ended up spending most of my life with her outside of streaming, outside of work. I would end up spending my time socializing or playing games or just hanging out. Shouldn't really come as a surprise for that, which didn't leave much time for streaming. Outside of that, I wasn't doing what I used to do as well as I used to do it. I used to put so much effort into every month of every stream. I used to make fun little technologies. I used to make fun little stream ideas. And I kind of stopped. I kind of stopped doing that. I just went, oh, what game am I going to be playing today? And that drained life for me rather than gave life for me. And I still love the community. I still do. And I've been very absent from that too. Not to mention, work priorities are incredibly difficult. I'm currently doing overtime at my business. I have been on project work continuously, and that has a toll on me that I didn't quite come to realize until it started to crumble down around me. So that's not been very fun too. Not to mention, the Plus House is splitting up. Well, not quite. Don't be flooding out the gates now just because I've said that. It's more that things have kind of changed. To give you a bit of a history of things, we used to be a house that was split over many distances. I started Plus when myself and Angie were living in the same place. Melanie was obviously a part of that too. She never lived in the same house as us, and through very many technical advances and technological marvels, I made it seem like we could play local co-op in the very same room. It was great, and I loved doing things like that. And eventually I rekindled my lifelong connection with Loopy, where I integrated her into the Plus house and she started her streaming journey too. I'm sure a lot of you only know Loopy at this point and are thinking, who is this? Most of you probably haven't clicked on this video to see this far. And that's fine too. But things are happening and I'm buying a house. Yay! And I don't have enough money to buy a house for 4. And that means myself and Kaya are moving away, and for the first time in what has been a very, very long time, I'm going to be apart from the people that I love and care about the most. Obviously, aside from Kaya. And that's difficult. It doesn't really change anything. The streams that we did together weren't really things that we needed to do together anyway. And wherever we end up is going to be something like a 10-minute walk away from each other. But it feels weird because in any way, shape or form, the Plus house is splitting up. And it does not feel like it has been my house for a very long time. And I don't mean the physical location. I mean the community, the server, the people in it. As I just said, a lot of people who might have seen this video pinging in the channel have no idea who I am, and I understand that. And there are a lot of people who will, well, have no idea too who I was or what I have done for the community or the memories that we've made along the way, which has left a split and a fracture and a divide that has made it very hard to re-engage back after such a long period of time. But there are lots of reasons that I stopped streaming, and a lot of reasons why I'm not sure I can come back. First of all, time to work on things that mattered became incredibly strict around other priorities, things I'd like to do more, just having the motivation to do so. And another problem that came up is, as you can see by my wonderful and slightly malfunctioning models beside me, I started as a VTuber, I've built my community around VTubing, and in my heart, VTubing was always what interested me with streaming. But a lot of what I have done in my technology and in the interests that I lead day to day conflict with that. There are a lot of people that don't agree with some of the things that I find enjoyable, and that can add a lot of friction, a lot of restrictions, and a lot of concerns and anxiety that me expressing my joy in a way that matters to me can have an impact on the people who do this for a living. People close to me, my wife, my housemate Lupe. These things can have impacts on them, and I don't want that. And not to mention my tax bracket. I am fortunate enough to be working in employment that pays me reasonably well. And as a result of that, every single thing that comes in from Twitch, every generous donation, every subscription is taxed at 40%. So how that works out for me, I get sent some amazing money. Let's take a subscription. £5, we'll say. Twitch takes half. Boo. Then the government tries to take 40% more of that. That does not leave me very much at the end of it. Out of money that has come from my viewers, my community's pockets, that doesn't sit well with me. The stress is high, and I have to do a lot of accounting shenanigans to make sure that I pay as little as I can every single year. That is something that is a huge overhead for me. So what do I do next? It's obviously seen here. I'm making a video. I am trying to express my thoughts. I'm not just dusting people and leaving into the wind, going into the shadows and disappearing forever. Well, where do I go now? To be honest, I don't really know. I have a lot of stream responsibilities. I am somebody who takes the things I say very seriously. So, for instance, rage fits. Amazing outfits bought by my community with the disclaimer that I will play them in certain circumstances on stream. For those of you who may have been keeping up with things, I have been getting into the cosplay space. I have greatly enjoyed doing cosplay. Wearing outfits and cosplaying is very much aligned with my interests. But I'm not sure I want to stream on Lilith Plus again. I'm not sure if I want to click that go live. I'm not sure. Not to say I won't, but I'm not sure. So I have a few options. Do I just stream on a new channel entirely? Do I just change everything that I have built, the communities that I've worked towards, the connections that I have made, and just stream to an entirely new channel where most of you will never ever see me again? Maybe. It doesn't have that expectation and burden that going live on my current channel does. I built up so much over the years that I would be going towards a shadow of what it was. I can never give what I have in the past, and those of you who are incredibly close to me are probably not even looking at this video in any way, shape, or form. Where does that leave me now? I don't like making money off Twitch. I don't enjoy the burden and the negative connotations with a lot of things I'd like to do going forward. So do I remove my affiliate? Do I simply risk the community lashback? I'm not sure. Do I just continue as I was and manage the tax stuff, making sure any streams I do are one-off and very interesting with this burden of expectation that people might come and then they don't? I'm not sure. But I wanted to make this video because it has been a very long time and I haven't really posted much about it. I posted nothing about it. I think the most that anyone got to see was on Kaya's most recent event stream where I was eating hot sauce that was mildly disappointing. So I've been thinking a lot recently, and there's a lot of things I'd like to do. I want to start working on technology again for streaming. You're going to see parts of that coming into Kaya's stream when and how I can. I want to start working on things that I find interesting again, whether that be through my channel or to a completely new channel where the only people will see it are myself and the air around me. And I think I'm okay with that. I think I would be okay going somewhere and streaming to absolutely nobody and throwing my insane, crazy ideas into the world, only to know that I've done it. But I don't know. It's a lot to leave behind, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I can. I'm not sure that I want to. Recently, my friend Tiberius got his account compromised. Everyone on his account deleted. Every server he was in left, and I assume at this point, without knowing otherwise, his server deleted. And I thought, I would hate that if that happened to me. I would feel like I lost so much. That was my initial reaction. Then I paused for a moment and went, I would almost feel relieved. And that's a terrible thing. That's a terrible thought. Because this has been 4 or 5 years of my life. I don't know. If you have thoughts, if you have feelings, if you feel like you are close to me, if you have felt like you have missed content, send me a message. I'm not going to bite, probably. Tell me what you feel, how you think, how any of the things that I've said here might affect you. Or, I don't know, leave a message in the Discord or any number of things. I could split off the community inside of Plus so that there's a specific Lilith area, so I'm not bothering any of the amazing people Loopy has brought in that have no fucking clue who I am. There are options. And I'm not entirely going to look at giving everything up that I've worked towards. But I'm also not going to rush headfirst into something that I know won't make me happy. So, if you have watched this long, thank you very much for listening to what may very well be the very last Lilith Plus video. Maybe see you soon. Bye.